Welcome to the deep dive. You're here, I'm guessing, because you want to speak English fluently and confidently. And that's exactly what we're digging into today. Not just grammar rules, but, what actually moves the needle.
Yeah, we've looked at a lot of material on this. Our mission, really, is to give you some solid, actionable steps and maybe a fresh angle, cut to the usual advice. So let's start right there. What do we mean by fluent and confident?
Good question. Because it's not just about, swallowing a dictionary, is it?
No, definitely not. Fluency.
Yeah.
And it's more about ease and accuracy, using the language smoothly in the right way.
Yeah.
And confidence. That's the self-assurance part, believing you can communicate.
Okay.
And they really build on each other. It's interesting. More fluent usually means more confident, and feeling confident helps you, use the fluency you have.
Like a positive feedback loop.
Exactly. It's a journey, not some endpoint you suddenly reach. Fear holds you back. Confidence lets it flow.
All right, so how do we get that loop started and keep it going upwards? The sources seem to hammer home one thing: practice. Consistent practice.
Absolutely. Speaking. There's no substitute, really.
Yeah.
And it needs to be regular, like exercise. Sporadic effort doesn't build muscle. Plus, try speaking with different kinds of people.
Ah, right. Like who?
Well, native speakers are great for catching authentic language, idioms, that sort of thing. Tutors, they give you focused feedback, very targeted. And language partners. Well, that can feel less intimidating. You're both learning.
That makes sense. Different tools for different jobs. And we don't always need to meet face-to-face now.
Not at all. The internet's changed the game. Online communities, apps, tutors, even AI tools can give pretty decent practice.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate talking to yourself.
Talking to yourself. Yeah.
Narrate your day. Think through problems in English. It gets your brain working directly in English. Low pressure, high reward.
Internal practice. Interesting. So, okay, we're practicing more. What language tools do we need? Vocabulary, phrases?
Definitely. You need the building blocks. Go beyond just flashcards. Watch movies, listen to music, read widely, and don't just see new words. Note them down, maybe in a journal. But crucially, note the phrase they're in.
Context is key.
Totally. Native speakers use tons of set phrases and idioms.
Yeah.
Learning words in those phrases makes your own speech sound much more, natural, fluid.
Learn in chunks, not just single words. Got it. Okay, what about the actual sounds? Pronunciation can feel daunting.
It can, yeah. But think phonetics, the basic sounds. Even a little understanding helps. The IPHR can be useful, though maybe not essential for everyone. Then practical stuff. Listen carefully to native speakers. Try shadowing.
Shadowing. You mean repeating immediately?
Exactly. Repeat right after them.
Yeah.
Mimic the sounds, the rhythm, the intonation. Also, record yourself. It's sometimes painful, but you hear the difference. And minimal pairs, practicing words like ship and sheep.
Focuses the ear. What about accents, though? Do we need a specific one?
The main goal should be clarity. Can people understand you easily? That's paramount. A perfect native accent isn't usually necessary. Focus on good intonation, the music of the language, and correct word stress. That carries a lot of meaning.
Clarity first. Good advice. Now, the big one for many, fear. That anxiety about speaking.
Oh, it's so common. Fear of mistakes, fear of freezing up. It's normal. But that push for perfection, it can really stop you from getting the practice you need.
So how do we tackle that fear?
Well, small steps. Prepare a bit. Jot down notes for a call. Rehearse answers. Set tiny, achievable goals, like asking one question in a shop. Positive self-talk helps. Visualize success. And critically, change how you see mistakes.
How so?
They're not failures. They're like data points. Information for how to improve. Focus on just getting your message across, not sounding perfect.
Embrace the good enough to get going. Makes sense. And creating more chances to speak? Immersion.
Yes. Create your own English bubble. Change your phone language. Watch shows in English. Label things in your house. Maybe have English-only time or an English-only corner. Even small bits help. Full immersion is faster, sure, but you can do a lot at home.
Little pockets of English everywhere. I like that. And keeping track. Goals.
Yeah, vague goals like get better aren't very helpful. Use SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Like, this week I'll have 2 15-minute conversations with my language partner. Track it. Reflect afterwards. Record yourself now and then to hear the progress.
Makes it concrete. Okay, last piece. Grammar. Where does it fit in? It feels foundational, but also sometimes gets in the way.
It is foundational. Vocabulary gives you the words. Grammar gives you the structure to use them clearly. You need both. But the key is balance. Especially early on, don't get so bogged down in grammar rules that you're afraid to speak. Focus on being understood. Knowing a rule isn't the same as using it naturally in conversation. That comes from speaking practice.
Right. Practice activates the grammar knowledge. Okay, this has been super helpful. Let's recap quickly. We need consistent, varied speaking practice. Actively build vocabulary and context. Work on clear pronunciation, not necessarily a perfect accent. Tackle fear by reframing mistakes and taking small steps. Create an English environment. Set smart goals. And balance grammar study with lots of active speaking.
That covers it pretty well. And maybe leaves you, the listener, with a final thought. What's just one small, doable thing you could start today to immerse yourself a tiny bit more in English? Just one thing. Think about how that small step could ripple out, how it might actually shift your fluency and confidence journey over time. What's that first step going to be?